Poison Silent, along with Shiv Silent, which I've already covered, are two of my favorite archetypes in Slay the Spire 2. Say that 5 times fast, by the way. And why are they my favorite? Because when I play them, I win, and winning's fun. So today, I'm going to go over some of the ways to build poison, then give an example of a run I did recently, which was pretty unconventional but absolutely smashed Ascension 3. And so let's jump right into it by talking about the key cards of the poison archetype. First and foremost being Accelerant. To understand why it's so good, let's talk about poison mechanics. Poison normally ticks once at the start of an enemy's turn. So if an enemy has 10 poison at the start of its turn, it takes 10 damage, and then has 9 poison. When poison ticks, it decreases. This also means if poison exceeds an enemy's health bar, it's going to die before it takes an action. You can end your turn and just win. Now, Accelerant causes poison to tick 1 additional time, or 2 additional times with Accelerant plus. So let's use that prior example. An enemy has 10 poison on it. At the start of its turn, you have Accelerant plus on, so it takes 10, 9, and 8 for a total of 27 damage. Now it has 7 poison remaining. In other words, upgrade this ASAP for even more damage. Also, poisons burn off faster. You'll note in the first example, poison was going to remain on the enemy for 9 more turns. Not so much with Accelerant Plus. You go from 10 to 7, 7 to 4, 4 to 1, then it burns off entirely. You do more damage in a shorter time frame, but in some cases, if you're applying really small poisons, you might do less damage, which is why I don't recommend using Envenom with this kind of setup. Now, another key card is Corrosive Wave. Now, Corrosive Wave is a totally different playstyle. This skill gives you a buff that for the rest of a turn, whenever you draw a card, applies poison to enemies. So far, I've only had one good Corrosive Wave run. My god, it was good. It was so good. I was not recording it because the first half was a genuine mess where I thought I was going to lose in Act 1, and then I almost lost like twice in Act 2, but then the whole thing came together. So, my experience, it's very feast or famine. The way it works, you have Corrosive Wave, so you want card draw. That means looking out for acrobatics, backflip, prepared. All things that give you card draw. And you might as well add in Speedster, so now, instead of just putting 3 or 4 poison on an enemy every time you draw a card, you're doing 2 to 3 additional damage to them as well. P.S. If you're playing with either Accelerant or Corrosive Wave, I highly recommend upgrading them. But okay, let's say you're going with a more traditional, generally more consistent, easier to make, skill-based version. What are some options? Well, some good cards include Deadly Poison. This costs 1, it applies poison. Bubble Bubble. This requires the enemy to already have poison on them from something else, so you don't want to take too many of them too early. But it adds a fuckload of poison, so it's very good. And Noxious Fumes adds poison at the end of your turn, which is really good if you want to have Bubble Bubble active. Also, if you just have Noxious Fumes plus Accelerant, Accelerant actually works against Noxious Fumes, remember? It burns off faster, so it's all going to burn off. But if you have any other poison applicators, it's really good. In terms of upgrades, I do recommend upgrading Noxious Fumes if you end up using it. Deadly Poison, not too bad to upgrade. Bubble Bubble, not too bad, but neither would be my highest priority. Then on the defensive side, look for things that help you cycle your deck or give you block. So Escape Plan is a good example of this. The card replaces itself in your hand because it costs 0, you play it, you draw a card, and if that card is a skill, which you should be weeding out your strikes, so you will have more skills in your deck, you get block for free. Another example of this is Prepared, which is draw 2, then discard 2. Technically, this leaves you at a -1, but most of the time you're not going to be able to play your entire hand anyway, and it's a very good way to cycle out statuses or things you don't want. On the defensive side, one really good thing is Blur. Not only does this give block, it means block isn't removed at the start of your next turn. Also, while it's not a card you're explicitly picking up, upgrading Neutralize is kind of nice because the 2 week, a lot more effective than 1 week. 1 week falls off the turn you use it, 2 week persists, and you can even stack it up if you have enough card draw. Now, going through quickly, a few other things to consider. Snakebite. This is valuable due to retain, but I do recommend upgrading it. It puts 10 poison on the target, basically 27 burst damage in a turn, costs 2, so you don't want more than one of them, and it's not going to fit in every build. If you are going for a heavy draw-based build, you have something like Prepared. Haze is a pretty good way to get some passive poison due to the Sly effect. Sly cards in general are pretty good if you're running multiple Prepareds. Shadow Meld doubles your block gain. This can combo quite well with any of your block cards, such as say Blur, but just make sure to upgrade it. The normal version is 1 cost for double, so you have to play at least 2 block cards to really get value out of it, but the upgraded version is free, and free is really good. Mirage is okay. It exhausts after you use it, which isn't great, but it does give you a ton of block based on how much poison is on enemies, so sometimes it could save you. In the early game, Poison Stab's okay. It does a good bit of damage. It's basically a strike, but plus 3 poison. Not great late game. Burst works particularly well with skill-based poison because it can copy other skills like Bubble Bubble, or if you're using Snake Bite, yeah, it can copy Snake Bite, which is really good. For powers, Footwork and Afterimage. Why? Footwork gives you Dex. Dex is good. Afterimage, every time you play a card, you get block. This deck doesn't play a ton of cards, so it's not amazing. It's not like it is with a Shiv build, but hey, it's passive defenses. You play it once, and it's just good for the rest of the fight. Last, but certainly not least, consider Bullet Time. If you're using Bullet Time, I highly recommend upgrading it so you can play at least one other card. The way this works, after you activate Bullet Time, everything is free, but you can't draw additional cards. So, as you're about to see in the demonstration portion, you can have some absolutely awesome turns, but it's not always going to be the play, and you do have to set up for it, you do have to think about it. In terms of relics, block stuff's good, so Anchor, Gorget, Sturdy, Clamp, basically anything that says gives you block. Energy is also quite good. Things like Happy Flower or Candelabra. Dex, something like Oddly Smooth Stone. These are all pretty standard relics, but they are good in the build. Then you have poison-specific things. Snecko Skull gives +1 poison when you apply poison, which is especially nice if you're using Noxious Fumes. Twisted Funnel gives poison at the start, which is especially nice if you have Bubble Bubble. And because most of this is skill-based, anything that rewards you for playing skills such as Ripple Basin, because oftentimes you won't play a single attack in your turn, unless you're neutralizing. Then in terms of some enemies to look out for, anything with artifact or multiple health bars, because generally speaking, your poison does not persist through multiple health bars, so you're back to square zero, and artifact prevents the application, which means there's a mandatory you must waste X amount of energy before you can actually do any damage. Luckily, for certain things like the Entomancer, this build's excellent, because you don't have to worry about the daze. You can just block up poison and watch them die. So next up, I'm going to jump into a run where I got a Bullet Time poison build that completely destroyed stuff. Before I do though, a quick reminder that if you're enjoying the video, do be sure to leave a like, it helps out a lot. Also, if you want to see more stuff like this, like maybe a dedicated video to Corrosive Poison Wave, get subscribed. Also, let me know down in the comments below what sort of build archetypes you are having fun with and which ones you want to see more of. Might influence some of my future runs. But for now, let's get into it. Like with before, there's going to be some light editing to skip over some of the boring parts. Also, I don't have the very beginning of a run because initially I wasn't recording. Then once it started to become something kind of interesting, I started recording. Ended up with Bullet Time with a clone card. Don't usually hear clone and poison builds. It was great. Early Act 1 wasn't that interesting. I was doing a standard poison build. And then I got an Accelerant and upgraded it to Accelerant Plus. And that's where things get real interesting, because Accelerant causes poison to be triggered 2 additional times. So let's see how things go against a couple enemies and then the Act 1 boss. Alright, first hand, not ideal. See, the problem with getting Bubble Bubble and no poison source is that I can't actually poison anything. Luckily, I can do this and fish for, well, at least a strike I can use to deal some damage. There we go. Deadly Poison. Block up. Probably should have just used a strike. There we go. See those nice triple ticks? That's exactly what you want to see. Block up, make it weak. The downside of Accelerant, though, it causes poison to fall off a lot faster. So things that inflict a little poison, it does not linger on enemies for as long. Come on, have a poison card. Ooh, Speedster. Speedster's really cool. I don't feel like it's particularly compatible with poison, though. Oh, bread is sick. Man, I wish I had gold for bread. All right, fine. I'll just remove a strike. Oh, I should have removed the curse. No. Okay. I'm clearly not paying very much attention to my gameplay. So I guess if I win and this makes it into a video, congratulations. You get to watch me be bad. Wow. Now that is an opening hand. Yes, I will take some damage here. But also look at how much damage I'm dealing. Maybe the colors will save me. Actually, yeah. I'll take some fisticuffs. Okay. Use the strike. Fully block up. Boss starts taking damage. Phantom is very spooky. Specifically because of this turn. Like, 20 damage is a lot. Let's see. Discard that. Blocked most of it. Got the wounds. They'll start diluting my deck. Add some more poison. And now it repeats. But Phantom's almost dead. It doesn't have that much health. An Accelerant is one hell of a drug. Alright. Double your block gain this turn. Yep. Shadow Meld's pretty good. And I can make it a Shadow Meld plus. Okay. Enchant a card with Clone. That would cause it to double. Except, is there anything that I actually want to keep duplicating in my deck? Alternatively, I could use Relax. Or I could use Legion. None of these are exactly what I want, but I kind of feel like I could do Deadly Poison Plus with Clone. And instead of putting 1 billion copies in my deck, just like 4 copies. Let's see. So there's 2 elites. It's actually a pretty sweet path. No shops, though. Thing is, I don't have much gold right now. So maybe no shops doesn't matter. Okay. Deadly Poison. Block up, take a little damage. Bubble, bubble, perfect. Cycle my deck. I think it just dies. Yep, it just dies. Bye-bye. I'm gonna drop the Flex Potion. Wanted the Rock Potion. Do that. I'll take a little damage, but that's fine. I think I'm going to kill that outright. That's fair. Double strike and it's dead. Nope, don't want any of those. Let's see. Give Speed Potion, get a relic. Give 100 gold. I'd rather give the potion here. Oof. Do I risk my health to try to fish to remove a strike or a block? I think so. Honestly, calculated gamble isn't that good for me. Now I'll fish again. But I can't do neutralize. Okay, strike. There we go. I escaped with only quite a bit of damage instead of a terrifying amount. Right. I'm not going to waste my time striking when I don't need to. But I am going to neutralize. I do not need to Shadow Meld here. If I get poison or even a couple of strikes. There we go. Ooh, poison potion. That'll be really good for a final boss. Let's see. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 20 damage incoming. I think I just go full block here. Might have been a mistake. Shadow Meld, defend. Yeah, looks like that was a mistake. So, bubble there. Defend plus throw a rock potion. And now I just have to hope I can kill this turn. Which I definitely cannot. Yeah, no shot. Okay, so one of them will respawn. So this is what Prepared's for. Prepared has completely failed me. So what do I need? Oh, just deadly poison, okay. I guess the Prepared worked out after all. If only this had drawn. Shivs don't help me. Right. Rock potion, bonk, not that it works. And then just cycle my hand to hopefully get some cards out of the way, which sort of worked. Okay, so it will absorb. I don't want to split damage here, because I need to make sure that I kill something. Drop strike. Neutralize, deadly poison, defend, accelerate. So that one's going to die. That one's basically guaranteed dead. So it's just the other one now. The other one, I will have to eat through the poison defense, the artifact. But it's much less dangerous now, because it alternates between attacking and doing its shenanigans. Ooh, I can neutralize first. That's not too bad at all. And now it's dead. I don't think I need more poison anymore. So I'm actually going to pass him a bouncing flask. So far, I've definitely felt the need to clone one more time, though. Okay. I can take 1 damage, that's fine. Because now it's over. You really don't need that much poison with Accelerant. I mean, okay. I might regret that later, but for now, deadly poison plus. Also, I should have replaced this with a rock. Now, I want to focus on defending myself, because once I draw Accelerant, I already have enough poison to pretty much kill it. Nine times 3, so I'm going to do this. See? With Accelerant, pretty much dead already. Oh. And then I draw all that. Okay. Yeah, see, this is the turn to unload. So good. Clone. I know, I have 18 health. That's really risky, especially going into a Knowledge Demon. But I'm going to do this. Probably should have waited a turn. There we go. I will draw one fewer card. Because with things like Prepared, that's not actually that bad. He's so tiny. Five, 10, 15. Accelerant. I need... Oh, I did not get a single block card. That's actually fine. Never mind. And he's about to die. He healed a little bit, but it's not enough. That was probably the easiest I've ever had with Knowledge Demon. That was incredibly easy. Ooh, bullet time. That combos really well with acrobatics. Fur coat. Ooh, that's so good. Okay. Fur coat's really good. Enchant with Swift 3. That goes really well with bullet time. So, first time you play this card, since it's only the first time, I can put it on Accelerant, neutralize, Prepared. The one combat, or combats have 1 health, that also would have been really good. But I think this is going to be more value, and I go right. So, this. Okay, that is a slight problem. I'm not consistently enough. Yay, more cycle. Okay. I was going to say I'm not drawing the cards I need consistently enough, but, like, maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe I have enough draw effects here. So that guy's already dead. I have 6 blocks, so I don't need more block. Yeah, that actually worked out perfectly. See, anything great here? Backlip's kind of good. Strikes and defends gain ethereal. Oh. Helical Dart's kind of good. I did not know that was a thing. Okay. But Ghost Seed's also quite good. And I remove the curse. This way, unused strikes and defends just kind of poof. Okay. This is where things get fun. Bullet time. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Probably should have let the defend fade away. But also, like, he hasn't even attacked once, and he's basically dead. I'm so glad I added the extra card draw. This is hilarious. Sure. I don't think Outbreak's a serious portion of my damage. I just kind of added it because. Wait, bullet time again? Okay. Wait. Oh, this is where bullet time plus comes in. Am I going to do that? Yes, I'm going to do that. This first. Drink. Bullet time plus. I think their poison's going to get cleared. I'm really curious about that. Also, I should totally get Shadow Meld plus. Yes, their poison is cleared. So, this, I don't need either defend. And I probably shouldn't have done that. That's fine. Cleans out strikes and defense. Then play everything. Because why not? And rinse and repeat one last time. Well, not quite enough damage. One more turn. There we go. And now they all die. Alright, so since nothing really happened in the last few encounters except incredibly easy wins, here's the first elite. That is an unfortunate hand. I guess that is the downside of having as many deadly poisons as I do. Sometimes you literally draw all of them. How do I do this? Like this, I guess, and I just eat the damage. I mean, I don't eat that much damage. It's not the end of the world. Okay, I use this to neutralize and draw. Accelerant to draw again, hopefully draw bullet time. Perfect. Is there anything else that I want to use? Prepared. I can drop the calculated gamble, and I can drop the acrobatics, because I can't play acrobatics anyway. I draw even more. Now I bullet time. In bullet time, I play defend, 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 defend. I do not play survivor yet. I guess I use strike, and then bubble bubble to... Let's kill that one first. Because I don't like my cards being downgraded. Yep. Upgrades no more? No, thank you. So these two are just dead. This one I can't kill. So I'm just going to Shadow Meld and block up. And the reason I did that is I wanted Shadow Meld to stay in my deck. Calculated gamble, and dead. Okay. Super easy elite fight. I don't think Gigantification Potion's actually very useful. Alright, here we are with the final boss, Door/Doormaster. Now, I think the boss is going to clear its poison between rounds, so that isn't ideal. Also, I don't think it's going to matter. So I have a plan here. First thing, Shadow Meld, which I upgraded. Second thing, Calculated Gamble to discard my hand. There we go. That gets me Accelerant, which I can use to draw bullet time. I don't want to use Prepared here. I want to save that for when I'm up against the Doormaster itself. So instead, I do this. I force discard the Prepared. I could just pass my turn here, actually, which would thin out 2 defends. Do I want to do that? I'm going to keep the defend plus just in case. No. Definitely should have chugged the Dex potion. Not that it matters yet. Okay. Poison's ticking. Mad Science, custom skill I made. Basically just free energy gain. And I'm going to let that one thin out as well. So, not going to play either of these. Again, same logic as before. Now we're on the Doormaster, the real fight. this is where I'm going to hopefully draw into everything. So, acrobatics. I guess I did draw one thing I need. Then bullet time. Unload all the cards in my hand. Now he tries to attack me. Slightly unfortunate draws there, but I stack a whole bunch of poisons. And maybe I should have actually blocked there. It'll be fine. He's going to try to transform back into door. This is where, yes. Okay, so I did draw what I needed, partially. And now I neutralize. And now I backflip. I can't draw anything else anyway. So, now I play my entire hand. And I haven't done the math here, but I think the boss dies. Or at the very least, I do a ton of damage and take none. Alright. I do a ton of damage and take none. Boss did not die. But I now immediately do this again. 1, 2, 3. I'll take no damage here. See how much poison I can get. Backflip. Bullet time. No, I shouldn't have done that. I should have done acrobatics to mad science. Whoops. Okay. Slight misplay on my part there. It's fine, though. I actually didn't want to draw bullet time here, but it's whatever. Because it would have been ideal to draw it. Oh, he still has poison. Doesn't even matter. Okay, how big can I make the number just for flexing? 91. GG. Super easy win. So, Accelerant, really good, causes poison to tick multiple times. If you have pretty much any poison applicator, which in this case was deadly poison, works pretty well. Having a couple of good block cards also helps, something like backflip, or in my case what I did is I went with acrobatics. I used Shadow Meld to basically turn any block card into another block card or more, and prepared to quickly cycle through my deck. Calculated gamble worked well early, late didn't use it that much. Plus, Bullet Time means insane turns with lots of draw, and because I got the Swift enchantment, I could set up for those GG bullet times. And so yeah, that was a combo. Worked pretty well. One thing I like about Skill Poison, as opposed to Poison Wave, is the consistency. I was pretty easily able to set up for a hand that would do a whole bunch of damage, or, just slowly chip away at the enemy with poisons. Now, when I was playing the Poison Wave build, on the one hand, when it popped off, it just globaled stuff. It was insane. It did not feel like a poison build at all. And yes, I know, I keep calling it Poison Wave, and it's actually Corrosive Wave. I don't care. It's Poison Wave. It's just Poison Wave. But that build was very feast or famine. There were several times where against elites, I would just draw my hand, nothing would happen. Oh, I get the card I want, but I have no draw effects. Or, oh, I get the draw effects, but I don't have the card I want. And so it was a little more inconsistent, a bit more frustrating. That's why that isn't a video right now. But if I find a way to make it more consistent, or maybe just have another good run, look forward to that in the future and get subscribed so you don't miss it. But also, since this is the second video I've made in this experimental format, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Do you like having the full, or mostly full, there's a little bit of editing, a couple sections here and there where I drop because it's like, I'm just going to play cards and enemies are going to die now. But do you like having the run? Do you think it adds value? Or do you prefer a much more tightly edited build guide style setup, similar to what I did on how to play Shivs? If you have any strong preferences, please do let me know, as I'm experimenting with both, and I'm probably going to pick one at one point and just keep going with it. But with that said, I'm going to get going for now. If you want to see a comparison, check out some of my other guides. Look forward to an Asti style Necrobinder build. That's going to be more of a shorter build guide style, coming out soon. And so for now, I'm going to go work on that. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.